Hi, my name is Lars Hedlund and I'm a sales manager at Novator Solutions. In this video we will talk about NCR 2000 Channelizer Server. After the introduction, Jonas Mäki will run a demo showing you how to set up and get familiar with the system. After that demonstration, I will come back with some final information and how you take the next steps. Based on RFEL algorithms and National Instruments PXI platform, we developed a turnkey channelizer product capable of channelizing thousands of signals out of one single receiver. The principle of a channelizer is to look at the wideband spectrum and channelize areas of interest into narrower bands, also called channels, for future processing. The channelization technique can be used in many different application areas across the industry and military segments. Multi-carrier, multi-channel DDC, and comment applications. Now let's take a step back and look at the product. Jonas.
Hi, my name is Jonas Mäki and I'm one of the developers of this NCR 2000 system. Today I will be talking to you about the hardware setup, the settings of the server, configuring the receivers and the channel data, as well as viewing the channel data. Let's go ahead and look at the hardware setup. Firstly, we have a 10 gigabit enabled switch. We have a client computer communicating with the server over TCP/IP. And then we have our NCR 2000 system. This system is a double system, meaning that we have one 200 MHz receiver and one 50 MHz receiver. We have connected our antenna to our 50 MHz receiver. These receivers will later on transmit their data over peer-to-peer to these two FPGA boards. This is where we have implemented the channelizer algorithm. After the channelization stage, we send the data to this FPGA device, which will be doing the demodulation and the filtering. After that stage, we send out the channelized data on these two 10 gigabit Ethernet SFP connections over to the switch, and then over to regular 1 gigabit Ethernet for client distribution of the channelized data. Let's go ahead and move into the software. Okay, let's start with the server. By pressing operate and run, you start to communicate with the hardware. Let's have a look at the settings. In the file menu, you find all the settings, which is very important to set up for proper operation. Under help and user manual, you will have all description needed for setting these settings correctly. The event log will show everything that happens to the server. The command log is showing us all the TCP/IP communication from the clients and the server. We can soon see when our client from our client computer connects. Here they connect, and we can see that the TCP/IP communication is starting. Let's move over to NCR control. So this is NCR control. We will firstly select our tuner. We see that we have our 50 MHz tuner selected here. And we have a center frequency at 100 MHz. We have set some gain and a reference level for our signal. By pressing the FFT button, we enable the stream of the RF FFT data. We can see that we have a lot of different signals here. Let's find a few stations. So here we can see a signal at 99.3 MHz. Let's select the modulation of FM and 200K and set that to channel 1. By pressing the arrow button, we enable that. Let's find another signal. Here we can see another signal at 103.3 MHz, also at 200K FM. And we also need to set the channel to second channel. And then pressing the arrow button, we enable that. Let's activate the channels. By pressing activate and enable on both these channels, we start streaming the data. Let's move over to NCR audio to view the channels. Here we can see the IP address where we want to get the stream data, the sample rate of the data, the sound device we want to play back, and the UDP port. By pressing stream data, we start to receiving this stream data. We see our two channels. Let's apply and play one. Let's stop it and play the other one. Let's summarize the demo. In the NCR 2000 server, we configure the server with all the settings. We can see all events happening to the server in the event log. We can also see all the TCP/IP communication between the server and the clients in the command log. This is also a very good starting point if you want to make your own application. The NC control, which lets us configure the receiver and the system and all the channel settings. And NCR audio for viewing and listening to the streamed channelized data. And that concludes the demo. Back to you, Lars.
Thank you for the demonstration, Jonas. The NCR 2000 channelizer server can be shipped in different configurations. 1 or 2 receivers, each with 50, 80 or 200 MHz of bandwidth. A typical scenario where you find NCR 2000 in its prime, it's in the comment section of electronic warfare, where it can replace thousands of radios with only one wideband receiver. Before this video ends, I'd like to highlight some features. You can control the NCR 2000 either with a shipped user interface or with TCP/IP commands and let the server run as a service in Windows. By selecting the IP address for each channel, you can stream the data over UDP to a selected target on your network. Selecting a channel of interest with channelization and demodulating the data, you reduce the traffic over network heavily compared with streaming the full bandwidth. Last but not least, contact us in an early stage to get the most out of your application. If the product doesn't fulfill your requirements, we help you out with a turnkey customized solution. Thank you for watching.